You might be the only person blessed in your family. Maybe you went to the US and got a good job and you started earning money, or you went to a big town or a city and you are earning money. So life is good. Then there's one mistake that people make, which I'm going to talk in this video. And this question came up recently when I was talking to one of my friends. I remembered so many things that have happened and the mistakes we make, especially when we are blessed after going to school, after suffering for long, you finally get a job. I remember a few years ago, something happened at home. We had an uncle who had gone to the US. He went there around 35 years ago. Then now he has turned 70 years and he cannot work anymore. He has retired. So he returned to the village after retiring. Now, before then, when he was in the US, those days, 1980s, 1990s, someone who was in the US had money and the dollar had value, and there was poverty in Africa and in the village. So he's the only person who was in the US and who had a meaningful job. And in the family, there were 15 people, all children, and the father had 3 wives. So what he did, since he's a Christian, he reads the Bible, he was a good person, he started helping them one after the other, taking them to schools, looking for opportunities for them. So he spent most of his time, more than 20 years, helping his brothers and sisters, which is a good thing if you want to go to heaven. So after doing all these things, you know, you understand how time moves faster. He realized it was 60 years. He has not even built his own home in the village. So at 63, he came and built a 3-bedroom house in the village where he was coming to settle. But unfortunately, all this time, it caught him because he had not invested in Kenya or in the US. He didn't want to fail his family members. So when he came, he settled in the village. They had land and he was given his 3 acres to farm. So he had carried some few dollars. He spent a few years and the money got exhausted. So that is when the suffering started. Unfortunately, all those family members whom he was helping, none came to help him. Due to old age, he had some lifestyle diseases, those diseases which come when someone becomes old. And recently, he was at home very sick, and everyone whom he helped was not even caring about him. So that is one case. We have another one which I'm going to talk about. So I'm connecting this one to another case of a friend who told me about how his mother is blackmailing him. So the mother by virtue of being the mother, the one who gave birth to him, he wants him to contribute a specific amount every time. So this guy is working in the city and earning decent salary. So the mother at home has got 6 children. So what he does, he earns money from agriculture. All he wants is that this son in the city does everything at home, paying school fees for everyone. If there's something small, a repair which is being done at home, it doesn't even inform him that there's a repair. He goes ahead and looks for someone to do it. And after the repair, he calls the person in the city or the son to send money. So he believes that the son has got money all the time. He doesn't have to ask him or to inform him before. And he employs someone, they discuss salary with that person, a shamba boy. Then, without informing his son, and then he tells him, send money every month. So that is what happens. So, this one, all these stories too, and many others are connected to what I'm going to say. So, when we are newly employed, we came from backgrounds which were not stable. When you are newly employed, you get excited, or when you go abroad, you get excited, and through your lifestyle, people will discover that you have money, or by mistake, since it's your parent, you tell them how much you earn. That is the first mistake that you make in life. Or you go home during Christmas period, you want to show people that you have money. That is a mistake, a very big mistake. If you are in a meeting, don't show that you have money, you can control everyone. If you go home during festive season or anytime you meet, family meeting, don't show that you have a lot of money. Just play cool, because those are the incidences which make everyone think they can borrow from you. Even neighbors, even people you have never interacted with. And that is the mistake we make, such that when you reach 50 years, when you reach 60 years, you find that you did not invest, yet you were earning a lot of money, and you did not see where the money went. But the money went to those people you were helping. You make a mistake. You get your first salary, then you call your father at home, you tell him, I'm earning 200,000 shillings. You pray for me. No, you will tell him to pray for you, but in his mind is calculating how to get that money. He goes ahead and tells his neighbor, your brothers and sisters, how much you earn. Eventually, they start borrowing from you. And when you tell them you don't have, they feel bad. So the first thing you make, this is about personal finance, which most people lack. And nobody will teach you in school. The first thing you do is not to portray your wealth through opulence, especially in Africa, because we live in a communal environment. We like helping each other. If you do that and people discover that you have money, you'll be the target. You are the person everyone will come to ask. But if you behave like you don't have, nobody will bother you. I've seen many people in this town, in this city, who behave as if they don't have anything. When they meet family members, those people, nobody bothers them. People come to realize so late that this person is rich. Of course, you can drive a good car, you can live in a decent home, but When it comes to displaying money or your wealth, sometimes you keep cool. When you go to the village, you don't show, you keep on giving money. Anybody who asks you for money, you give them. So that is the mistake you make, especially people who go to the US or abroad, let's say UK, Australia, Canada. I see most people make that mistake. Even us who are in Kenya, you have not asked anyone to give you money because some of us behave that the way we behave, you might think we don't have anything. So you have not asked anyone for money. He goes to his pocket and he gives you something. You cannot say no. You just receive it. And clearly, you have your home. He has not built his home. You can see that the mistakes, the gaps in his life, and you cannot tell him, don't do this. That is what they normally do. Especially in the US, there are people who want to show that they have money. People will praise you so that they can get money from you. But that time you get problems, especially if you are a man. It's only your money which can help you. So that's why when life starts becoming better, when you start getting money, you have to help yourself first. You reduce sympathy. You become stingy for some time. Look around, every tycoon, the reason why they have a foundation or the charity programs is because they have reached a point where they can donate. And through donations, they can avoid some taxes, paying some taxes. Not that they're so good, not that they are very generous. So you with your 2 coins, you want to be very generous. You have not built your home. You have not invested anywhere. You don't have anything, but you want to help your family members and everyone. When things go south, nobody is there for you. So that is a lesson people should learn, especially if you are trying to make things move. And you must come first, and others come later. So I like those people who help once they have helped themselves, once they have built houses, once they have invested. Now they can use part of that investment or anything they get on top to help others.